Oh wow, that is fast. All right, let's try this again. Oh no, don't look at it. It's already unlocked. All right, here we go. Oh, hey, it's Chris. Welcome to another bonus video. Today, I'm gonna be checking out the OnePlus 5T. In fact, this is the first time that I will have laid hands or eyes on this device. The box is not even open yet, and I'm really excited. Now, before we get into this box, here's my quick theory on OnePlus and why they're not more popular than they are here in America. And I could be totally wrong. With OnePlus, you get an amazing phone at an amazing price, right? Well, I think that it's that amazing price that isn't so amazing for OnePlus here in America. Here's what I mean. I think that people like to show off. So I think people like to have more expensive phones, regardless of the features. Like all the cool features that I'm gonna experience right now for the very first time, those don't mean as much to people, I don't think, here unless they cost more. I don't know, am I wrong? Like this phone, I know that it's gonna do a lot of the same stuff that my other phones, the flagship phones, can do, but it's half the price. Like, you know what I'm saying? People wanna be seen with that iPhone or with that Note 8. Why? Is it because they're so much better? Well, maybe, but not necessarily. I think that they just wanna show off. Now, be honest now. So here's what I'm seeing. This is the reviewer box that they sent over, which I gotta say, OnePlus, they skimped a little bit this year. Last time they sent me a phone, got like a backpack and all these accessories. This time it's just a little sad box. Hello. With the phone and some cases, it looks like. All right, same old plain packaging that you always see with OnePlus, which is cool. I mean, I like it. I like the colors, white with this red on the back, really minimalistic. Man, I hate having all this packaging all over. It's all over my office, all over the studio, and then I hate to clean up too, so it's really messy. Sorry to dash your hopes and dreams if you thought this was a super, super clean studio, because it's really not. If the camera was to glance down at the floor, you'd be like, dang. Well, well, well. Here's a funny disclaimer. You know this is because of YouTube. Please do not attempt to disassemble the back cover. OnePlus is not responsible for any damage arising from unauthorized disassembly of this device. You may contact customer service for blah, blah, blah. Zach's jerry-rigged. That's because of you, dude. I always think it's cool that these come with a screen protector pre-installed. Like, people ask me when I do these videos, where'd you get that screen protector? No, it's just installed when you take it out of the box, at least on this version. There's nothing quite like opening up a brand new phone, right? You guys know that, and I love turning it on for the first time too. Let's see what that's like. Powered by iOS. Just kidding. By Android. So here's the thing, this phone still has some bezels. If bezels make you angry, then you're gonna be about 20% angry if you were to use this phone. Why? Because it's 20% bezel on the front. It's 80% screen. That's still a pretty good ratio. That's very usable. I would use that. Like, if I needed to use that, if I needed a phone and I needed it at this price, that's super usable. And it looks a lot better than it did before. One of the reasons is because they moved the home button and that fingerprint sensor to the back and created some extra space there. I mean, that's not too bad. You can see it. Yeah, it's not too bad. All right, the setup wants me to select a font, and I'm getting a sample of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Chapter 11, and I can choose Roboto or OnePlus Slate. But it defaults to Roboto. Do they not like their own font? All right, setting this up, it's really funny. It reminds me how different all the different Android devices' keyboard settings are. Like on the Note 8, it's just like it almost hammers back at you when you click on the keyboard with like so much vibration and force. And on this one, it's just like a little zzz, 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 zzz. It's really, really subtle. It's just funny, I'd like to know the thought process. Like, why did the engineers decide on the Note 8, like, this person needs to know when they click on 8. But on here, it's just like, did you tap it? Maybe. All right, so here's the face unlock setup. I'm really excited to try this because it's supposed to be really, really fast. Like, surprisingly fast, like amazingly fast. And we'll see if it amazes. So let's try face unlock. Okay, here we go. Hold your phone 20 to 30 centimeters in front of your face, align your face into the circle. But I'm wearing a hat, so how's it gonna know? All right, let's try this without the hat. It's not working. It's like it's, oh boy, there it goes. Okay, face unlock, setup, confirm. Thank you. Whoa, that was fast. Let's try this again. What? Oh wow, that is fast. All right, let's try this again. Oh no, don't look at it. It's already unlocked. All right, here we go. All right, locked. Oh, in. Wow, that is really, 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 really impressive. Although while it's fast, I heard that it's not quite as secure as Face ID, so you can't use it for like payments and stuff. I don't know if that's true, I gotta check it out yet. All right, so now I'm gonna check out the screen. I'm just gonna turn the contrast all the way up so I can really appreciate it. But wow, so this is an AMOLED display and it is bright and nice, really nice. Look at that, how about that wallpaper on here? It is like really, really nice. So thumbs up on this display as well. That is really nice. Honestly, the bezels are not like the end of the world here. this is super usable. It's just like you don't have the bragging rights of being bezel-free or nearly bezel-less or top-notch. But supposedly like the contrast and stuff, once it detects that you're playing a game, it'll change that and tune it and make it better. And same thing with several other activities too. One thing I really want to try here is Oxygen OS because there's a few new goodies in here. Like it's always interesting. I usually like it too because they usually don't tinker with it too much. It's not quite stock, but it's pretty stock. And by the time you get into it, you notice a little feature here or there that kind of makes it a more unique experience or a little bit more usable or a little cooler. All right, give me a second to download Twitter because I'm gonna try this thing called Parallel Apps, which lets you have basically 2 versions of any given app. So if I have like Twitter, I could have a clone of Twitter and then be signed in 2 different accounts on each of those apps, I think. It's gonna be pretty cool. It sounds cool because if you have multiple accounts, like a business and a personal account, then you're set. Like you don't have to mess with switching accounts. That could be cool. Installing. This is really slippery, guys. Look, I'm gonna put a case on because it's way too slippery. Red's on top, we're gonna go with red. Yeah, check that out. Pretty nice. Kind of like suede on the inside. Nice, this is cool. So it just showed up here. Now that I got it installed, flip it on, it's loading it up. Parallel Twitter has been created, but where? All right, so that's actually pretty cool. I think that's gonna be useful. All right, so speaking of Oxygen OS, I also wanna try out the swappable button because I actually would rather have the back button on the right side. I know that's weird, but I've always thought that. Here, I can actually change it, so I'm gonna try it. There's a gaming do not disturb on here. Who's taking their gaming on their phone so seriously that when they're gaming, they don't want to be disturbed? What? Is that like a feature on all Android phones? Why am I just seeing that right now? Wow. Oh yeah, okay. Swap buttons, I see that. Oh, that's all you can do is just swap the order of recent and back buttons. Well, okay. Hey, that's cool though. That is way better. The back button's on the right side because that's where my thumb is. That's where I want it. That's way better. Good job, OnePlus. All right, so of course, one thing that I wanna check out is the cameras because they've swapped out one of the lenses in this dual camera setup in the back to give you another lens, like an alternate lens. And it's supposed to be really good for low light situations where you're not gonna get as much noise. I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna go test it and I'll be right back. Yeah, check that out. That's on the other side of the studio and it was low light. It looks like it was bright there, but it wasn't. It was pretty dark. So my initial reaction is that, yeah, that's pretty cool. It seems to work really well. Okay, of course I wanna try out the portrait mode because the iPhone X portrait mode does a really bad job for me. Like most of the time on my hair, it hates my hair. So let's give that a try too. Oh, bro. This thing can really put makeup on you. Whoa. I will say this though, just camera-wise, I was really impressed with the last model of the OnePlus 5. The camera was really nice. Title of this video is Tech Reviewer Can't Figure Out How to Activate Portrait Mode. What? It's only on the back camera. I'm used to it being on the front too, thanks to the iPhone X. Well, how the heck am I supposed to do a portrait mode like this? Whoa. That came out awful, but apparently I need somebody else to do it and aim better or something. That is terrible. I don't know if you can tell, but nothing's really in focus at all. Well, who can do that like by themselves, all right? Obviously, you need to be taking a picture of somebody rather than trying to do it yourself. Here, hold still. I'm gonna take a portrait mode of you. Oh, I told you to get that bean out of there. But I am excited about this pro mode though, because wow, what does that do? There's an on-screen histogram here. That is pro. Nice. Plus you can control your ISO, white balance. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. All right, that's cool. I also want to experience the 4K video though, because now it has electronic image stabilization. Maybe it did before, but I do a lot of video stuff, obviously, so I want to make sure that that works or doesn't. Yeah, I can tell that the EIS is on. In fact, it makes a big difference. Like if you don't have that, your hand is so shaky when you're doing video. So that's great. So reflecting on the design, aside from the slippery aspect, I think that a good way to put it is that OnePlus to me always has a less than distinctive look to their devices, but yet at the same time, it really is really polished, and I would still call it like pretty gorgeous. You might disagree with me, and you can have those two things at the same time. That's a dichotomy that you can have, right? It can still have like an older looking, maybe somewhat derivative design. They're not pushing the design envelope themselves, but yet the device that they make is still really nice. You understand what I'm saying. So the last thing I wanna do in this unboxing and first look is just open up a ton of apps, maybe do a little bit of gaming, see how that performance works. Is this Snapdragon really all that snappy? I'm sure it is. So yeah, it is very, very, very snappy. I mean, oh, whoops. Yeah, it's really fast, it's really snappy. Gaming works good, especially with that gaming mode, especially with do not disturb me while I'm gaming mode. So guys, this looks like a really, really solid phone. I've been really excited to get this. Here's a funny backstory. OnePlus was supposed to send this to me, And I went traveling for Thanksgiving, right? And they said it's gonna be there Monday or Tuesday. And this is no diss on them, like I'm sure they're super busy. But I saw people getting theirs already and I was like, hey, OnePlus, where's mine? And they said, oh, sorry, it's gonna come like in the next day or two. As soon as I got in the car and headed off to my destination, ding, I got a notification that it had been delivered. So otherwise I would have included this in some of my previous video content, but this is my first look at it. I'm really impressed. I can't wait to compare this to some other flagship devices, so stay tuned for that content. It's gonna be coming up probably next week, and it's gonna be the main upload of the week. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this bonus video. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.